silliness, and not, you know, because I'm very lucky. I've got a great job, and I think if you forget that, you go off the wall. You know, I mean, I'm really lucky. I think they're the things that sort of bring me back to my senses. You know, I can look around and I've done wonderful things. I've had a great time. I'm not talking about last year. I'm talking about previously, and you know, and all the affection that you get, that really sort of brings you down to earth with a bump, because you think, well, you know, so many people care. You know, you have to be responsible and you have to care back. You have to show emotion back and feelings. You know?
Yeah. In retrospect, do you regret that it all happened to you too quickly before you could handle the fame and the fortune?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is pretty strange, you know, when you sort of come from nothing and then all these things happen. And you know, this industry is full of people who want to sort of like get you high or get you sort of, you know, mess you up. You know, because people get very jealous and they want to sort of be part of your life, and a lot of the time the only way to do it is with drugs or with, you know, parties and going out, and you know, the bad side of rock and roll, the sort of boring side of rock and roll, you know. And I mean, everybody, I pick up the papers now and I'm surprised at the things I read, you know, about people, you know, things they're doing, you know, and it's happening everywhere.
What finally made you seek treatment?
Well, I lost a very important friend, and I think that was a real bang on the head for me. You know, it was like, I mean, it's sad that it takes something like that, but it really did affect me. And you know, a lot of the people around me are still very ill. You know, I still see people who have problems, and I don't scorn them. You know, I just think it's really sad. It's very tragic, and you know, I think that's the problem with the media, that they don't really understand what the problem is. They just see it as something very sensational. You know, and for someone like me, I have to expect that because of what I've been through and because of who I am, you know. So I do understand that side of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame anybody.
Except yourself.
Except me, yeah.
Yeah. The full extent of your addiction was, I think, revealed by your brother. Have you forgiven him for that, or was that a good thing for him to do? I mean,
well, it was the only thing for him to do, really. It was like, what do we do? You know, George has a problem, and he felt that was the only way around it, was to sort of like, you know, he didn't get paid for it, you know, he just did it out of affection, and he's my brother and I love him, you know, and I've no malice against him at all, you know. I mean, in a way it was a shock, you know. It was like, you know, my brother.
You must have hated him at the time.
I didn't actually. I mean, maybe I should have, you know, but that would have been very ignorant of me, because, you know, my family were very concerned, and they weren't prepared to just let it go on, you know. It was like, this is not good.
Your mum was a great one. She
both my parents have been brilliant. I mean, my father especially has been very ill, and you know, he's been very strong, which has like really impressed me, because I didn't expect him to be able to hold up through it, and I felt very guilty about that. I thought, you know, God, what am I going to do to them, you know? And when I saw all the things in the papers about my family, you know, they were being run down and called the Dotty O'Dowds.
Yeah, is it worth it? Is it worth it, do you think, the fame and the fortune?